Alright, so we are back. Apologize for the delay. We're gonna be calling the Vegas race for you today. Right now, with me, I have Brandon and Jaden, and let's get started. Currently, our leader is Logano. Let's take a look at the leaderboard. Lap 23 out of 267, 23 laps in. Joey Logano, your leader, with Cindric in second, Byron in third. But I want to know, starting with Jaden, who do you see winning today?
I see, William Byron, number 24. I think he's a huge chance today, and yeah, he started with the pole position. I think it's definitely, definitely a good chance here.
Brandon?
Yeah, I have Byron as well as my prediction um in the episode that I believe has not come out yet. But that was my prediction in the episode. He's in third right now.
Yeah, and I got in this one, just already seen the start. I did predict, I believe I predicted Austin Cindric to win this one, seeing that Penske is already doing phenomenal to start this race. But also, we have Ryan Blaney up 16 spots already. It just looks like it's going to be a Penske day. I think Blaney, I got to switch it to Blaney. I see Blaney taking this one. So, Jaden, do you want to take it away with the first few laps?
Yeah, sure. So, a little bit of changing up here in positions. Not an extreme change, but and the on-screen leaderboard is alive, is always being automatically updated. Still in lap 25, we're on commercials now for television. Joey Logano is leading now, number 22. And we just entered lap 26. Kyle Busch just took McDowell. Now Kyle Busch, number 8, is in 5th place.
Yeah, and this is an exciting race. Christopher Bell coming into this race winning 3 in a row, so it's just been an incredible streak for him. And will he do the unthinkable and get 4 in a row? We'll find out. But thank you for Jaden for setting up our live scoreboard, so I do not have to go in there manually and set it up. So it's gonna be live updating you who is your leader at this point. But Joey Logano, leader right now, as looks like we have Bowman, who's passed Byron for third, since we have gone to commercial break with Kyle Busch in fifth, the pole winner Michael McDowell in sixth, Eric Jones in seventh, Kyle Larson, my apologies, in eighth, Reddick in ninth, and Chase Elliott in 10th.
Yeah, so it looks like Kyle Larson and Tyler Reddick, they both climbed pretty high. Again, Tyler Reddick, he climbed 5 places. He started in 14th. Now he is 9th. Pretty impressive performance, as we're only 28 laps in this race.
Yeah, and it's gonna be an exciting one. A lot could happen here. Last time we came to Las Vegas, it was the first time. It was the first race in the round of the final 8. Joey Logano wins that one after being eliminated the round before in the playoffs. Gets the chance to come back in because Alex Bowman gets disqualified. He wins Vegas, advances to the championship 4, which eventually leads to him winning at Phoenix a few weeks later to win the championship.
We just entered lap 29. Still Joey Logano leading. Cindric, Bowman, Byron, Busch for your top 5.
That is your top 5, 29 laps in already, and another driver to keep an eye out for today, a driver that's always been good at Las Vegas, Kyle Larson, your winner at Las Vegas last spring. He is a driver that can always win at Las Vegas. He's a driver that can win at basically any tracks. He's great, not even just in NASCAR. He's good in any car. He was competing most of the time in the Indy 500 for most of the race till that drive-through happened. He had a chance to win, and he first drove an Indy car that week before, so very impressive by him. But Brandon, what are some of your thoughts on the race?
Very early on, 31 laps in as we return from our TV timeout. Some cars entering the pits for some early trouble. It's gonna be number 12 there. We're looking up apparent wheel problems to the front left wheel, and then we have multiple other cars entering. It's gonna be long race, 267 laps. No major thoughts so far, as not much has happened. besides.
So we got our first pit. Joey Logano, the leader, goes into the pit, and let's see how this is gonna shake things up with Joey Logano pitting now. Cindric is going to continue to lead, but will Cindric pit? A surprise that Logano and Cindric did not pit together as they are teammates. Pitting with Logano, Kyle Larson was before in the top 10, and this shakes up the top 10 a little bit as Logano, your leader, pits early. But so far, throughout this race, there's been no caution flag, and I spoke too soon. As the caution flag comes out, there is a tire loose, and that could be a Blake. That is a break for the cars who just pit. Now the other cars are gonna basically all pit, and that is gonna put Logano and whoever else pitted in front. Looks like Cindric is gonna get it in time. So does Byron. Briscoe's tire comes off. The 19 of Briscoe's tire comes on off, and Briscoe is gonna cause the caution.
Always fun seeing someone driving with 3 wheels.
Luckily, it did not look like it damaged the car as bad. My good friend Cal, in his race up at South Carolina, in North Carolina, he went up to race. He's in like a kids racing series, and his wheel came right off, and now that car is under repair. Hopefully, it could get back to running soon, but it looks like they're basically redoing the whole entire thing. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes, but 35 laps in, we're out of caution. Kyle Busch, your leader, also in my top 10 power rankings. Check out the next episode of the Soma Sports Podcast, as I'll be giving my top 10 NASCAR power rankings in that one. Chase Briscoe heads to the pits. It looks like... So Chase Briscoe pitted, and last guy didn't get the tire on all the way. That stinks, especially how fast they do it. Looks like they did realize because they were waving to the guy, and the tire comes right on off.
It's interesting they have GoPro on their helmet.
And just yeah, the reason why they have GoPros is just to see, like, after they like review. It's like kind of like sports, kind of pit crewing is kind of like sports. Like you review the plays, so like you can go after and see what you did, and anything you can change to make the pit faster. Like everything matters in NASCAR. Yeah, they did not have that on all the way. It was just a bad pit there. But that sometimes happens in NASCAR. That's the beauty of NASCAR. You never know what you got. Everything matters in NASCAR, pitting included. And these people train. That's like their daily job. They train to do this for a living. So, like, for example, the GoPros are Larson up in second. They're putting Larson in second. I think he is a lap down, but these people like train for their jobs just to see what they do better, kind of like what the football players do in their room when they review footage. And while we wait, we'll just recap the season so far. We started off the season, the Daytona 500 was Hamlin, Briscoe, and Cindric 3 wide. Went around, Byron went around, took that win. Bell wins in a caution flag, 3 wide with Allgaier and Larson to win it at Atlanta, and then Bell takes it at Coda, and then Bell takes it last week at Phoenix. So Bell has won 3 in a row, first time since Kyle Larson in 2021, but now in comes basically most of the cars to pit. We'll see if Cindric, Logano, and the cars who already just pitted, if they're going to pit again or stay out. It's a tough decision here as it could be either or, but right now Logano goes from the front to the back based on where he pitted, and does not look good, but yes, it looks like they stayed out. Thank you, Brandon, for joining us today, as Brandon's gone. So they come to the pit, and caution still out currently. Elliott pits, so does Josh Berry. And at 6 p.m. tonight, I believe the race will still be going on. We will also be watching live. We'll be watching the release of the March Madness tournament, and I'll be giving my reactions to that as well. So 37 laps in as Kyle Busch, Chase Elliott battle to be the first one off pit road. It looks like Busch is gonna get it. puts Reddick in third, Wallace in fourth, Barry in fifth, but a bunch of cars deciding to stay out. So this is not going to be the battle for the lead. It may be eventually be, however, when these cars who stayed out before are going to pit. But Kyle Larson, your leader out of all the cars staying out, so Kyle Larson will be up front when we get back, as it looks. So while we wait, Jaden, do you want to just give some analysis on like your thoughts of NASCAR overall?
Yeah, I think NASCAR is pretty awesome. Like, you don't truly realize that, the cars are as fast and crazy until you're actually there. I think this race is really going to be an exciting one. 231 more laps to go. Definitely a long race for today. Not as long as races like the 500, Daytona 500, but it's definitely an interesting one. Actually, it might be quicker. We have Austin Cindric now in first. Still in the ad break on television.
Yeah, I don't know. We apologize. I don't know if the current standing that is exactly correct, as they're gonna update. They usually update it when it starts with the green flag. So that was before the cars pit. But based on that order, looks like Cindric's in front, but there's like a whole group of cars with. Actually, yeah, that should be right. That should be right. I'm getting confused because but Kyle Busch and Chase Elliott will probably be more down on the list with Kyle Larson up there as well. But we'll see. But a lot of races this year. We got our first ever NASCAR in-season tournament. That is going to be interesting. And included in that will be Pocono, which very well may be going to. And Pocono, one of the in-season tournament races, I believe, is in the playoff of the in-season tournament. That's going to be exciting. All the in-season tournaments races are going to be excited. So basically how it works is there's like 4 races, and then whoever scores the most to least points out of 32 drivers are put into a 32-team driver bracket with the points in order, most to least, and then if you have 1 seed, you first the 32 seed, and 2 seed, 31 seed, and so forth. And it's the same thing. Yeah, same thing all the way to like the same thing all the way to 16 and 15. But yeah, it should be interesting, and it really could be any. It's not doesn't need to be the best driver. Could just have one bad day, or even have a good day but lose to the one driver you need to beat. And it's gonna be interesting to see who takes this in-season tournament. So we're back out now, and right now Austin Cindric is your leader, and Cindric driver, he was the driver that I feel like deserved to win the Daytona 500, and yeah, so
Briscoe is caught in the pits. He has an issue with his front right tire. The bolts having the issue.
so they're just showing what they messed up there. So they didn't have it screwed in all the way. So they gotta get it past the thing. It looks like the thing for it to snap in. They didn't do that. Is what I'm getting there. But they train for this every day. They sometimes like you mess up. Like that's life. You mess up, but it is a shame when it happens, and it could wreck your day. But you do mess up, as Briscoe is currently in the pit. I believe his car didn't look damaged that bad, so he may be serving a penalty, but or they may be fixing something if the car is able to drive right away. They sometimes give a penalty. Yes, talking about penalties, Denny Hamlin is being penalized too fast entering pit road, so he is going to be going to the back of the field there. And we get ready as Cindric is going to be a leader. Yes, the thing that was on the thing. Oh, yeah. Eagles fans in Vegas. They're everywhere. But Cindric is going to be your leader. Bowman in second. Logano in third. Elliott somehow gets up there in fourth. Kyle Busch, his car just stopped working. Disappears from fifth. I don't know. his car may have just died. Something must have happened, and Kyle Busch's car. That just wrecks your day. Kyle Busch has had a good season so far. Almost was able to win at Coda. His car just wasn't fast enough at the end. But Kyle Busch, good driver. Has the most wins throughout all 3 series in NASCAR history with Xfinity and Truck. And it's just, he's had an impressive career, 2-time champion, but he has been really going downhill since then. Since last year. So we come out. Jaden, at this restart, what is something that you could see happening?
Man, that's a hard thing. I mean, all the top leaders that did not pit are going to have to soon. That might change your position. I don't know. I think Cindric isn't going to hold it for much longer because of that. Yeah, I think, is it time?
It is time, Jaden, as we're off. Yellow flag goes up in the restart zone, and we're off. Cindric being pushed by his teammate Logano. We're off. Green, green, green. 40 laps to go in the stage. So stage 1 pulling ahead is Cindric being pushed by Logano, Bowman, and Elliott. It's Hendrick versus Penske right now. Penske and the Fords have had a great season, but still winless as they're gonna go 3 wide. Logano decides to go in the back, still blocking Allmendinger's 3rd row, which they made there. Coming around, Bowman battling for the lead over Cindric. Alex Bowman only had 1 win last year in the last bunch of years. He was great. He won Pocono back in 2021 when Kyle Larson went into the wall in the final turn, the first ever race I was at. But now Bowman seems to be back as he has been competing these last few races as he battles for the lead with Cindric. It's neck and neck. Jaden, do you want to take it from here?
Yeah, so cars, they just, keep going, and 2 wide still, and most in the front. Some 3 wide in the 3rd row. Yeah, not much change. Logano just took number 45, Reddick. They're in a fight, the 3 of them, 22, 21, and 45. 3 wide in the 1st row. So they take the next turn. .45. Reddick is really trying to take him over, but he's on the outside, so it makes it harder for him. Here we go. Cindric is still in the lead by quite a bit. He's on the outside. And 2 wide right behind him, 48 and 23, Bowman and Wallace. So overall, this game looks like Larson went up 5 spots, but Wallace went up 4 overall since this restart. So, yeah, Larson's definitely great at overtaking in this game. I think he can definitely show off with that. Cars are starting to split apart more. Now it's starting to be only 1 wide for most of the line here. Bubba Wallace and Chase Elliott are battling for the spot for 3rd place. Chase Elliott overtakes him now. Bubba Wallace is behind him. Bowman's only 0.71 seconds behind Cindric. Austin Cindric definitely has a chance. Now it's 0.6 seconds, so he's getting closer. And Cindric so far has led 9 of the 46 laps this race.
Austin Cindric, what a very impressive. He's had a good season, just gonna get better because he's improving. Remember how dominant he was in the Xfinity series. He has experience. He's a good driver, and he's on one of the best teams in NASCAR. But it's Cindric pulling ahead. Bowman behind him, followed by Elliott and Bubba Wallace having a great day, currently in 4th. As Logano goes wide with Josh Berry. A battle for 5th place. Josh Berry for Woods Brothers Racing, also in the alliance for Team Penske, as they battle for the teammates, we'll say, because they're basically teammates, battle for 5th place. So the teammates still battle neck and neck. There they go.
Little fishtail there from 21, Josh Berry.
Josh Berry up high. Logano down low. And now here comes Allmendinger. Allmendinger's catching up to Josh Berry. Close battle there. This is a battle now for 6th place. Logano pulling ahead there, but no, Berry is not giving in up with Logano just yet. Now Allmendinger is caught up. It looks like it's gonna be a 3-car battle.
We just entered lap 50 now.
Carson Hostevard, a driver, he's had a great season. Like, for the team he's on, he's not on the best team, but he's had a great season, and it's just been very impressive what he's done. That finish, it came down right to the end at Atlanta, where he wound up, where he was 3 wide with the 2 best drivers in NASCAR, Larson and Bell. Hostefar was up there at Daytona. He was up there at Coder, I believe. He's just a good driver, and now he's up there again. Like, he finds ways to be up there. Like, a lot of people don't know much about him, but he's good. And also, looking more in the back of the field, we got Bell battling with William Byron for 11th. This eventually could be the battle for the win. We're 4 races into the season. Those are still the only 2 drivers who have won. And let's take a look at stage wins in the past at Las Vegas. It's Team Hendrick, who leads by the most at 12, followed by Penske at 5, Joe Gibbs at 4 after that. So it's going to be Austin Cindric, who is your leader as we head to a commercial break, but it's Cindric who leads, and yeah, so exciting first part of the race, 52 laps in. So we've had a lot of exciting NASCAR races over the year. Let's just talk about some of the greatest. So there's a lot of great finishes. Last year there was a few. I'll talk about those. We had the Buescher and Larson finish, where it was inches, it was the closest finish in history. 0.001 seconds, and then there was the Atlanta 3-wide finish, followed by the Atlanta 3-wide finish this year, but this year's finish ended under caution. It would have been 3-wide, probably even closer, but it was Suarez, Busch, and Blaney 3-wide. Suarez took it by inches. Those are just some of the top finishes, but also we have the Daytona 500 this year, where I was already talking about this. Hamlin, Cindric, Custer, 3-wide. Custer tries to go around for the lead. 3 of them spin out, causes a huge crash. Byron's first one to make it through. Byron takes the Daytona 500. And Jaden, do you want to talk about some drivers that you like in NASCAR?
Well, for for my first race, I was Pocono last year. Actually, I don't think it was exactly my first race. It might have been, yeah, it's just, I guess, more recent. Ryan Blaney, number 12, he took it, and I guess I've just been somewhat choosing him for, rooting him on for the win since then. Yeah, I think he's a great driver, and I think it's just cool to see, younger people win, I guess.
Yeah, a lot of great young drivers. You got Christopher Bell, and he's not even that young anymore, but you got Christopher Bell, young, winning. We got a lot of upcoming drivers. Got William Byron, who is young and been winning, making the championship for the last 2 seasons with Ryan Blaney. And then you still got the old drivers as well, like Joey Logano. I feel like the younger drivers do win a lot more, but the older drivers do know how to win championships. So there's a lot of pluses and minuses for being younger and older. Just a lot of great drivers, and there's a lot of promise for the future of NASCAR. As not only is there a lot of great young drivers in the Cup Series, there's a lot of great ones in the Xfinity Series as well. So we're back, 22 to go in the stage, and we have a battle for 8th place with Kyle Larson and Tyler Reddick, two of the top drivers, I think, in the series. Two of the top 5 drivers in the series, in my opinion. As we have a battle for 8th place there, but Cindric is pulling ahead, leading 21 out of the 58 laps today. Great day for Cindric as he is pulling away here at Las Vegas. Will this be the day that he gets his 3rd Cup Series win, 2nd one, first one this year, and will he get multiple wins this year? I think so. I could see him getting multiple race wins. He could have, I think he could have up to 3 even, but maybe even 4 if he does it right. But I could see him winning an early race like this one at Vegas, and it's looking pretty good for him at this moment. Brian Wilson is crew chief, coordinating with Cindric how to stay ahead. Crew chief is an important role in NASCAR, as it is Cindric who pulls ahead. Cindric's just pulling ahead with Bowman, Alex Bowman right there. Those are 2 drivers that have struggled the last few years since Austin Cindric coming in from the Xfinity Series in 2021, winning the Daytona 500 in his first career race. But then after that, it really has been, Logano has been passed by both Barry and Allmendinger, but he only has won 1 race since then. We thought maybe it would be, there's a reason why he won the Daytona 500. He's only won 1 race since then, but you never know. He's gonna be a good driver someday, as you could see right now, and he is leading. So 18 to go. And we have Larson and Logano now in the battle for 8th. Logano losing good amount of spots. Denny Hamlin, will take a look at him. Currently 35th. He is 1 lap down after starting 13th, and that is because of the drive-through penalty that he had to do. So 18 to go in the first stage. And Cindric is pulling more and more ahead.
So, well, do you think that Hamlin could recover from that?
NASCAR races are long, anything could happen, and if there's any driver that can recover from that, it's Denny Hamlin. He's done it before. He's come back and knocked Larson out to win. That's happened multiple times, and a few of those times it was from races where he went all the way to the back and drove all the way back up to the front. It happens often, even with Christopher Bell.
Now, Kyle Larson, what a great driver. Since the restart, he gained 15 places. He's now in 7th place. 5.4 seconds behind Cindric. It's just so impressive. 15 positions up.
But now we're going to look at the battle for 22nd. Close battle between the rookie Riley Herbst, new car for 2311 Motorsports, taking on Kyle Busch, also a driver who car stopped working. He was pushed all the way to the back. He's already caught up to the 22nd spot. Chris Buescher also in that battle. Three of them are battling for that place. On top, it is Hemrick, but it is pulling away. It is Kyle Busch. And now we got battle the 35. Busch and Busch are battling for the spot as Busch pulls ahead. Busch coming back, of course, from the back after his issue to start the race. We go to side-by-side commercial, and Kyle Larson up to 6th. Las Vegas is a track that Kyle Larson is really good at. He has multiple wins, and he's shown that already, as he's already has driven up to 6th in this one with 14 laps to go in the stage. Based on what you saw so far, what could you see happening today in this race? What are like some predictions overall besides the winner? Like, is there a crash you see happening, or what could you see happening, Jamie?
I think Hamlin. I think if he wants to, I think he's going to be super aggressive trying to come back. I think he's going to cause a crash. I think that You know what? I think he's gonna be able to recover from that crash and get back into the race, but he'll cause um probably a red flag crash. I think it's gonna be that bad. Um,
Now, here's the
yeah.
question. Do you think Hamlin's going to get damage from that crash?
I think he's gonna get damaged, but I don't think. I think he's gonna like come back from it. I don't think he's gonna be in the top 5 though, but I think he's gonna get. I think he's gonna recover.
Okay. And do you think Hamlin's going to cause it?
Yeah.
Okay, not surprised. Hamlin does love to cause crashes, but now 11 to go in stage number 1. And Cindric pulling away. Bowman actually a bit closer than he was before, as bottom it looks like back of Joey Logano's car. Logano now, as Reddick, who is catching up Logano, is being passed by a lot of cars here, as Bowman has caught up to Cindric. This is the battle for the lead. 10 laps to go in the stage. Bowman battling Cindric. This is for the lead going on the bottom. Alex Bowman on the bottom. This is for the lead. Bowman is your new leader here at Vegas. Pulls away, but here comes Cindric coming back on top. Gibbs there as well. A lap down. Gibbs makes a pass as Cindric able to pull back ahead. So about Bowman caught up, took the lead, but Cindric was able to grab it right back as he's pulling ahead. So we're now back with Cindric out back, Bowman behind. Half a second now. But he's still there. 9 laps to go in the stage. Plenty of time for Alex Bowman to catch up. 9 laps to go now. As here comes Bowman, the back of Cindric. Cindric, however, pulling ahead. Bowman behind. But Cindric, your current leader, as again, he's just a great driver. But let's take a look. We got a battle for 8th place. Logano onto Barry. So Logano may have gained back his momentum now as he is battling Barry for 8th place. But Reddick is still right there. Logano coming around Barry. This is the pass for 7th. And Joey Logano on the top, Barry on the bottom. It's neck and neck. Logano pulling in front of Barry. Logano is going to pull in front. So Logano pulling ahead now with Bubba Wallace. Now they're showing Bubba Wallace for whatever reason, but a still heated battle with Logano and Barry. Bubba Wallace currently 4th, has been as high as 2nd so far. But we now have a battle for 21st. It is Busher and McDowell, your pole winner for this race, and it's been a great season for that team with the 71 of McDowell, the 7 of Haley, and their 77 of Hostevar. Their performance has been pretty impressive this season. 5 laps to go in the stage now. Is Bowman gonna catch up? Jaden, do you want to do a bit more?
Yeah, not too much action now. Looks like Bowman's running on the outside. Interesting move. I guess he's somehow trying to gain some speed, try to recover.
And the battle for 11th, Bell and Byron, you still got to keep an eye out for them. Wins in next gen, they're 2nd and 3rd after Kyle Larson. Kyle Larson having the most wins in next gen. I feel like there's been so many wins as well at races that he should have won and lost since the next gen series has come out. So I'm surprised to see he has the most. But William Byron, Christopher Bell has all the wins this year so far. Will that continue today, as those 2 drivers have already shown that they're going to be 2 great drivers this season? And I know Bell's won the last 3 races, but at Coda, at Atlanta, Byron came in 2nd. At Atlanta, Byron was like top 5, and Phoenix, Byron was up there competing for the win for a while as well till the end. And Byron's up there. Byron and Bell both up there in every way, so you can never count either of them out. As Bell, it's going to pull ahead. Bell is now in 10th place, pulls ahead of Reddick. Reddick's another driver who has been pretty good and up there this season with 2 laps to go now in the stage. It's looking pretty good for Cindric, but now looking at the restart, if this stands, Bowman being pushed by his teammate Chase Elliott may help him a bit, but we'll see what happens there. Now it's going to be going around 1 lap to go with Cindric pulling ahead. A familiar sight for Penske at Phoenix, where they're good at dominating races at tracks like Phoenix and Las Vegas, more so in the fall, but they've done it a few times in the spring as well. As Cindric is pulling ahead a bit more, 80 out of 267 laps. Final lap of the stage, Austin Cindric is your Stage 1 winner. Results of Stage 1, you got Cindric coming in first, Bowman in second, Elliott in third, Wallace in fourth. Kyle Larson came all the way up to fifth. And we got Allmendinger in sixth, Logano in seventh, Bailey in eighth. My apologies, Hostebart in ninth, and Christopher Bell in 10th. And that is going to be the end of your first stage. So that is your order after stage number 1. Austin Cindric with your Stage 1 winner. And Jaden, what are your thoughts on Stage 1?
I think it's great. I think, again, just the performance of some drivers to recover extremely, like Kyle Larson, definitely makes sense why he's your favorite driver.
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't expect Austin Cindric to, lead Stage 1, but I guess he put it to it. So, yeah, pretty impressive.
Yeah, Austin Cindric, just great day. Looking pretty good today. We'll see if he continues. But yeah, let's see. Jaden, heading into the second stage, who do you see? What do you see happening? Who do you possibly see taking the stage to?
That's a hard one to say. I mean, Kyle Larson is in fifth. I think he's just going to keep going. His momentum's so strong. They need to keep going. Either him, maybe Chase Elliott, two favorites for NASCAR, I think either one could take it for stage 2.
Yeah, right after this end of the stage, the cars are going to pit, and that is going to shake everything up. Because that's going to shake everything up because that's going to affect the order and it's going to change, and should be interesting to see what happens. But with that, and that's going to affect who takes this, but I'm going to have to agree. I think Kyle Larson is a likely driver who could pull up front. He is great at Vegas. We also got to keep an eye out. Christopher Bell may gain a few spots. Chase Elliott may gain a few spots. Forgetting Chase Elliott's a great driver too. He is your 2020 champion and just a great driver overall. But we will be back in a moment. So the cars are in pit road now, and this is what this shape things up. What will happen here? Let's take a look. So cars head into pit road. And who will be out first? That is the question. Chase Elliott, folks, is going to win the race off pit road. So we got Elliott followed by Bubba Wallace, Cindric in third. Kyle Larson up one spot in fourth. Bowman loses 3, but Chase Elliott is going to be a leader. And that is going to shake things up. Cindric, your stage 1 winner. We will be back in a moment. Okay. Watch the Soma Sports Broadcast, where we break down the world of sports.
Back, he throws. There's 2 defenders on the tight end.
Interview guests. We're here with Coach Packard, who will be interviewing today. Predict upcoming sport games.
to win it 26-23. The Chargers win.
Debate sports.
Who is the best NFL team of all time?
The Cowboys have won 5 Super Bowl titles.
The Patriots, one of the best teams.
Discuss our opinions on the latest in the world of sports.
Alex Bowman. I think he could make it far. He's been impressive.
And much more.
A fumble! This could be game! I'm with
Nicky Duffy.
Dean Palzall.
I would definitely say DP, Dean Palzolo. He definitely had a great game.
Just a Hail Mary. Will he get it? Bounces off the Bears defenders. Touchdown. When I first joined last year, you wanted me long distance, but then you threw it.
And I think by now we've really proved that we are the most dominant team in Section 1.
It's going to be a pick. Picked off by Miguel Iglesias, and he's going back.
Watch our weekly talk show episodes of the Soma Sports broadcast. You could find them on YouTube and Spotify. Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Soma Sports broadcast. I am Benny and I'm here with
Brandon, Phillip.
Let's take a look at only Soma Sport update for this week. We had the girls basketball team who advanced to the playoffs at a 6-14 season. However, they took on
Let's go racing. Chase Elliott had to pit again, having issues there. So Bubba Wallace is gonna be your leader. We're off here. 89 laps, stage 2, and we're off. Wallace pulling ahead, but Larson right there. Cindric in 3rd. Logano in 4th currently, with Bowman in 5th. Bell in 6th. Barry in 7th. Hosevard in 8th. Allmendinger in 9th. Suarez in 10th, as it's Larson now up with Wallace, battling for the lead. Wallace is someone, in addition to Hamlin, you do not want to see Larson battling against. That it usually ends in a crash, as those two do not get along on the track, as you may already know. While going around, Wallace pulling ahead, and Larson now back to 2nd. Cindric right onto Larson, and here comes Logano is now back into it. We got a Byron and Bowman battle as well. Christopher Bell also up to 7th, as Bowman is going to pit. Why is Alex Bowman pitting? There must be an issue with his car, but Byron now up there. So Byron and Larson up there, with Elliott and Bowman up there before. Now it's Byron and Larson. And both of them have shown why in the last few years, why they're the best two drivers in Hendrick Motorsports, as they continue to win over these last few years. Currently at lap 91 with Wallace your leader. Laps to go, and Bubba Wallace your current leader with 92 laps in, but Larson right there. We got now a battle for 8th. It's Allmendinger and Barry. Those two have been going at it all day. First with Logano, going ahead of Logano. Now Logano is ahead of them. It's those two going at it again. Will this potentially be the battle for the win? That would be wild. But now we got a 3-way battle with Cindric, Logano, and Byron. Byron, who is on Cindric's tail. Byron trying to go 3 wide, but Logano able to block him off. It's now 2 wide with Logano and Cindric. Bubba Wallace pulling away right now, but now it's a battle for 3rd. We keep an eye out for it's Logano and Cindric. It looks like Logano's car is currently the faster car, as he's going to pull ahead of Cindric. This is for 3rd place. Cindric now, it's going to be Logano in 3rd, as it's Allmendinger pulling ahead of Barry, but Barry is not giving up just yet. Barry pulling ahead, but Allmendinger in right behind him. Neck and neck. Barry pulls ahead. So Barry pulling ahead at this moment with Allmendinger right there. It's still a battle though. I know Barry is pulling a bit ahead, but Allmendinger is right there, and Allmendinger I'm sure will be right behind him in just a second. They're just 0.2 of a second apart. So they're close. As Wallace and Larson battle for the lead, but Logano's catching up, and Christopher Bell. How did that happen? Christopher Bell Ooh, we got some graphite. They're gonna throw the caution flag, I would think. Bell, Byron, and Barry all have passed Cindric in the last 30 seconds. Christopher Bell is always in this. What did I say? He's now up to 4th. He has a fast car again today. He's going for that 4th win in a row. And 4th win this season. 4th in a row. As right now we have Bubba Wallace, your current leader. Larson in 2nd. Logano in 3rd. Bell in 4th. Byron in 5th. As we go to a commercial break. And we will be right back in a moment. It's not side by side, so we're going to be back. Alright, so every few episodes now, we're going to start doing interviews and interviewing coaches and players, and I'm happy to introduce our first guest, Coach Cleary.
Hey everybody, thank you to Benny, Jaden, and the entire club for having me. Very excited to be the first guest, I believe that is the case, right? That is an honor, and really excited to see where this club goes from here.
Yeah, of course.
We're going to get started off with the first question. What inspired you to become a coach?
It's a wonderful question, and it's, I think, a good one to start with. There's a lot of different answers that I think I could pull from. One of the biggest inspirations for me personally, though, was my high school football coach, Tony DiMatteo. We, as some of you may know, dedicated the high school field to him this past offseason. He, in terms of being an influence in my life, is without question, I feel, the largest, especially specific to individuals I worked with here as a student and as an athlete. From there as well, the gentleman that I'm fortunate enough to still coach with, right? Coach Packard was my modified football coach. He was also my JV football coach, and then again on the varsity level, Coach Mike and Coach Anthony DiMatteo were both, again, themselves really major influences within my life, and seeing what they were able to provide to me, really I do feel inspired myself to give that back in any capacity and any way I was able to. From there also, do special shout out I would have to give is to Coach Castellano. He's currently coaching in Westlake, New York. His son was my college roommate, and I was able to be a part of some of his big games their first season at Westlake. And so while my own experiences here at Somers were a huge role, that also had a really big part in it in that specific instance. And the Westlake Wildcats are also themselves undefeated on the season as we are. So it's a little special shout out for them, Mark Castellano and Coach John Castellano.
All right, so the next question is, how did he work up to where you are now as a coach?
So currently I'm the assistant coach for our varsity program. My first year was 2016. I started coaching the junior varsity and the freshmen. I had the fortune of doing that with Bob Antonucci and Steve Jackson. Coach Antonucci himself is another individual who has been involved in Somers football for, when you total it all up, about 35 years. So being able to work with him in that first instance, I think was a really beneficial experience for myself. After that, in 2017, I started here as one of the varsity assistants. There was a brief intermission in that. I did teach and coach at Horace Greeley High School for a single year in 2018. It's another special shout out I do have to give to Coach Joe Kearns down there at Horace Greeley. He stepped down last year, but again, in terms of being an influence in my life, he did a really nice job showing me how to do it in a different.
We come on back, and we got a battle for the lead now. So Kyle Larson gonna pass Bubba Wallace. Larson is your new leader, folks. Kyle Larson now up front. For those of you just getting here, those of you just getting here, it's been an exciting race, mostly dominated by Team Penske. Cindric doing a great job. Gano then Cindric. Right now, though, however, it's not looking the best for Team Penske as the top spot is Logano, who is now being passed by Byron for 4th. So Logano falls back to 5th. And Byron, it's Larson, however, is pulling away at this moment. As Josh Berry in 6th, he's up there. He's put up pretty good numbers, pretty good. He's been racing pretty high. He's been involved in crashes, but he's been doing a lot better than Harrison Burton has done in that 21, and I possibly think we could be looking at a win this year for Josh Berry. I'm excited to see if he's able to take that one. But now going for second, it's going to be Bell battling Wallace for second place. Is he going to do it? Christopher Bell, we're going to have, and is it going to be another race dominated by Christopher Bell? Is he going to go for the lead? But here comes Christopher Bell, always in it. You can never count Christopher Bell out. This is the battle for second. Christopher Bell is going to pull ahead. But Wallace is able to hold him off. Wallace and Bell neck and neck. Bell takes the lead. It goes for second place. Christopher Bell passes Bubba Wallace for second. Don't show it on the screen, but able to keep an eye out it on the NASCAR app. It was back and forth, back and forth. They showed a little of it. Bell takes the lead. Byron Neer currently in fourth as Logano again slowing down, being passed by Josh Berry. Bell now in second place. He started 33rd, 25th, 12, 10. Those were times of the caution. He's now in second as the caution flag comes out for Shane Van Gisbergen, and it's going to be a scary field as Larson will be starting in front of next to Christopher Bell, and that is both those drivers are the two drivers in NASCAR you don't want to start next to. Two of the top drivers in NASCAR. It's going to be interesting to see what happens here. Where the caution is out for Shane Van Gisbergen, and we will be back in a moment. I'm going to put on another interview for you guys. Doing interviews today for the ads. Next one, I'll take it away. Brandon and Philip, who will be interviewing. We'll be starting with interviewing track coach, Coach Lacko.
Good morning, Somers. Today we're going to be going through an interview today, and we have Coach Lacko, who's coach of the track team for all grades. And we were wondering, Coach, how long have you been coaching and teaching at Somers?
So I've been coaching at Somers since 2009, and I've been teaching at Somers since 2019.
2019. So around 5 years of teaching and around 15 years of coaching?
Yeah, here at Somers.
Wow, that's a lot. How do you think it's been so far?
It's been fantastic. I started with the middle school program in 2009. Backstory, I'm a Somers graduate. I graduated in 2005, so it was really right out of college. I came back for a visit, and they wrote me into coaching middle school, which I was like, well, I'll do that as part-time stuff. And then I've always been a runner. It kind of runs in my family, and I kind of fell in love with coaching. So I've just been doing it ever since.
So running at Somers kind of led you to coaching?
Yes, this program, the Somers Cross Country Track Program, kind of formed me into the person, coach, athlete of like who I am today. Like, and that's like the motto.
Race off pit road.
My athletes is
Wallace is going to take it over William Byron, and that is going to be a race off pit road. As Bubba Wallace back in the lead, Larson goes back to third, but Byron right there. Larson's going to lose his lead, and we go back to a commercial break.
country for SUNY Sullivan for 2 years. I made the national championships, and the college I was at, they have junior college. It's called like JUCO. So I made the national championships in that for 2 years in a row.
2 years. That's amazing.
Is it difficult to plan the meets? Because I know you kind of travel.
So we just had a big meet here on Sunday, the Big Red Invitational. Early on in my career, it was tough, but now it's one of those things to host a meet is very easy here because we have such a fantastic athletic department that gives us the guidance to host these meets. But putting it on, I think that's the easy part, and then kind of just like planning to go to like which meets. We go to the same type of meets almost every year, so everything kind of just falls into place.
How do you find like a certain like runner's like skill set? Because for me, when I first joined last year, you wanted me long distance, but then you switched me to short distance. You wanted me to do long jump, but then I switched to shot put. So I was kind of mixed. How do you think you find that?
So I look at, just from over the years, I look at an athlete, and for me, I'm distance. I love like the longer like distance running. So I can kind of tell who can be a distance runner and who can't. But the way we kind of do everything skill set, I let every athlete try every single event. So like in track, you might love the mile, but I want you to try every field event. I want kids to try everything because you don't know what you can be good at in track. And the best thing with track is you don't need a certain skill set. It's more of just coming to practice every day. Like I've had athletes over the years where they, couldn't run a mile, and then 4 years go by and they're running 5Ks, and some are going to college to run. So it's kind of it's one of those sports where I always say anything's possible.
What advice, sorry, this is not the thing.
No, it's fine.
What advice do you think you have for new upcoming, not just freshmen, but maybe they're sophomores or juniors wanting to join track? What advice do you have for them to join?
Have an open mind. Know that it's one of those things where, yes, we're a team, but it's also an individual sport where you could set goals for yourself and achieve those goals.
So we look back at that pit, and
it's kind of just
Bell had an issue with his car, so he was able
it's
to
a fun
volunteer
environment.
Chase
So I'm
Briscoe's
hoping more
pit
kids,
to
sign
get
up and come.
being fixed on the bottom
Listen, when you
of
come
his
onto
car,
our team,
but
anything's possible.
interesting.
Phil,
Does NASCAR allow that
how
on
much fun it's been.
penalty? Because
It's a fun sport. It's
so Zach Harris cheating. I
it
don't
gives
know.
the kids a
It's
chance
supposed
to
come
an
around.
opportunity
Some drivers only
to
have
be themselves.
some
To be
teams are
themselves
only one
and to know
car,
that they have a
so
safe place to
what
come
about
and
if the
try
driver
anything
was
they
not?
want.
It's tough. Like, what about if
Other
the
sports
other
that
teammate's
runners
car
play,
wasn't in
does
front? Like,
that
that's not
affect
fair
what
because
events they're better at
the teammate
than
wasn't in
others?
front.
Yes and no. So if you're like a distance runner,
Hitboxing, interesting
and you do
move there, but
cross-country, then,
as we get ready, we get
maybe
back and
wrestle,
started.
and then we
Let's take a look at a leaderboard coming out. Bubba Wallace, William Byron, that's your front row, followed by Larson and Reddick. Barry and Hostbard in the third row, and we're off. Wallace able to pull ahead, being able to push the front row. But here comes William Byron on the outside. Byron already pulling ahead. It's neck and neck between Byron and Wallace. Going around, hits the wall. It's Kyle Busch hitting the wall. Tires come out. Caution is out. Caution comes out as Kyle Busch hits the wall, and as the caution comes out, we're going to take another commercial break. Tire comes off. Tire just falls apart there. The inside comes off, rolls around the track, and we'll be right back.
Thank you guys.
And cut.
Appreciate it, buddy. I just want to say real quick, I appreciate this whole club doing what you're doing, celebrating all your peers and your student athletes out there as you explore this thing that you're really excited and passionate about. It's amazing to see you guys take off the way you have. And I think in the same, when I was a kid, I wanted to become a coach kind of at a young age. I loved the sport of football very, very young. And then as I got to your age and thinking about what I wanted to do, kind of narrowed my head around I wanted to coach and be a teacher. And so it was a combination of a lot of things growing up. But my dad was a coach of some different sports, but also of a lot of my friends in our youth. And certainly he was always an amazing role model for me growing up.
All right. How did you work up to where you are now as a coach?
I started coaching lacrosse in college, and then in 2005, modified football with Coach Cleary as a 7th grader, and then quickly moved to the varsity. I was helping in the background for a year, and then moved up to a varsity role. And by 2007, I started kind of in my current coaching capacity. So I started kind of from those first few steps and spent a lot of summers learning.
All right. And so what role do you play as a coach?
So I'm a defensive line coach, and I've done that for a long time. And then on offense, I've been a offensive line coach for a long time with Coach Mike. And then in the past 8 years or so, I've kind of become a bit more of a jack of all trades, whatever's needed from the staff as our offense has evolved and our staff has evolved, and I've kind of just pick up wherever is needed on the offense. So still a lot of work with the offensive line, but backs in the backfield, perimeter blocking, I kind of pick up a lot of things. And then I started coaching special teams a few years back, and now share that in a really fun way with Coach Vinny and his brother.
Very cool. And how do you prepare your players for a game?
It begins on Saturdays as we come off the last one. We make sure our bodies are healthy. We start to review mistakes and make sure we're not repeating mistakes to the next week. And then we are on to the next one, and we are thinking about how we're going to stop an opponent, and then we're going to move the ball against an opponent using film. We will come up with something that we think kids will be successful trying to do over the course of the week. And on Monday and Tuesday, we're installing that in a very physical manner, where we are servicing each other, the whole man roster, trying to figure out how to best attack an opponent and defend an opponent. And as we move on to the week, we are going through a review process where we are very engaged in a mental capacity throughout Thursday and into our pregame on Friday. And when the lights go on, then it's time to make sure that we are emotionally charged to the task.
All right. So what about coaching do you enjoy the most?
I think that's got to be the personal relationships you develop with student athletes and their families. It's been a real privilege to get to know a lot of amazing Somers families in this capacity.
How long have you been coaching at Somers?
2005 was my first season. That's when I started out of college. A privilege of so many to be able to reach out to Coach DiMatteo as a young man looking for work as I got out of college, and he had asked me if I would come coach his modified football team and take a sub position in Somers, and I did take that, and then I just never happened to leave, and that was my first year.
Amazing.
All right. And what is your proudest moment as a coach?
They probably come from some private moments and conversations with some families, both and during our time together and some after. But if I had to point at just one thing, I am very proud of the fact that I got to coach with Tony DiMatteo for his much of his Somers run here, as well as the coach with the guys that I coach with. I feel very, very lucky and blessed to have the relationships that I have with the guys that I get to coach with. Coach DiMatteo fostered an environment here that allowed us to collaborate in a really fun way, and we continue that. And I'm very proud of my time with Coach DiMatteo, and I'm very proud to be part of Coach Anthony DiMatteo's beginning of his career as a head coach. It's very much something that I'll always take a lot of pride in, that I was able to be part of both his last Coach DiMattio's last chapter of his long career at Somers and Anthony's beginning.
How do you feel about the season?
So certainly a lot of wins are fun, and it's the goal. Very proud of how we've advanced and moved along to improve, and the roles and responsibilities a lot of kids are embracing. Our season doesn't end when our schedule ends. Our season with our kids extends through their school year. So we have the 24-25 team, and that means we are with our players ensuring that they are the best they can be in the classroom, in our school community, into their other seasons. We're very proud that our kids are multi-sport athletes. We have a long year ahead that extends far beyond our schedule. It will be a journey with them through their spring as they move towards graduation and to their next academic years here. But it is so far very proud of where we've begun this school year.
All right, well, thank you for coming today.
Again, I appreciate you guys. It is something that we feel in our program for a long time. Our program is not just for our student athletes and their families, it's a product for our school community. We have a lot of kids that are not necessarily on our football roster, but very, very much embedded in our school program. Curtis Dustin is someone that works in our tech support and plays a vital role with us. Tyler Fazio as well in our setup and breakdown. Danielle Donnelly in her work as a student manager. All these roles are just things that we are always willing and ready to embrace. We look for anybody that wants to be a part of celebrating student athletes in this school community. You've all done an amazing job of that so far in starting this club and your broadcast.
Thank you.
We really do appreciate your celebrating your peers and creating this for a lot more opportunities for Somers kids. And we're always looking for anybody that wants to be a part of our program in any way that they want to.
Alright, so today we're here with Somers Varsity Basketball head coach, Coach James. Thank you for coming today.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
And the first question I have for you is, what inspired you to become a basketball coach?
You know, I think it stems from having a lot of great coaches back when I played. Coming from youth, CYO to AAU to high school. I think seeing a lot of the great coaches that I had and the mindset that they had given me it definitely inspired me to be the coach I am today.
Alright. And how did you work up to where you are now as a coach?
It's been definitely a long journey. I started as a CYO basketball coach in St. James of Carmel and kind of worked my way up. I was coaching there even when I was playing at Carmel.
And we're off, folks. Byron on bottom, Larson on top, and we are back. Do-wide, Larson being pushed by Weddick, but Byron stays on the bottom. Neck and neck. As Larson pulls ahead. Larson pulling ahead now, but Byron still right there. As we're neck and neck between Weddick and Byron. Neck and neck, both of those cars, but it is close. 45 laps to go in this stage. As we're off. So 45 laps to go, and I'm gonna apologize, but I have to take a little bit of a break as we get started. I gotta take care of a couple things, so I'm gonna leave the leaderboard up, and I plan to be back in about 20 laps, hopefully sooner. Maybe 5 laps. I just need to eat because I have not eaten in hours, and I've been busy all day, and I apologize, and I'll be back, but I gotta take 5. So enjoy the leaderboard. I'll be right back. Apologize for the absence for the next few minutes.
because the wall comes straight out at the wrong angle. You can see that wall coming back towards the arc of the corner, and you have to turn back away from it. A lot of times, you get to the very end of the corner, and that
So the cars are currently on pit road with 16 laps to go in stage number 2. As they're going to come back out, Ross Chastain up 10 spots. Eric Jones up 13. Who guessed it? What was I saying earlier? Caution. Pit drive through. Denny Hamlin up 18 spots. Those are your top 3 out of pit road. And we go to a commercial break, so we'll be right back. 11, Dylan. Dylan to throw. And an incomplete pass. Dylan to throw. And it's a pick. Going to the 10, to the 5. Pick 6 to start off the game. Tuskers, touchdown. Logan Ruby. Holder, kick is up, and that was no good. And a bad snap. Kicker does not get it, and it's a safety. And Somers is going to take an 8-0 lead. How about that? A great start for Miguel. It looks like he's going to throw. Rush to deep, and an incomplete.
Alrighty, and it's a rush by 25. Missing Kelly. Oh, and he keeps going, and he's in the end zone for another touchdown.
Touchdown, Mason Kelly.
And throw.
Touchdown, Brewster.
Touchdown, Brewster.
Ryan Brace.
And Brewster is now on the board.
Yes. Keeps it, runs, oh, never mind, throws it to number 1, his brother, Tristan Iglesias, taken down by number 7.
Back again is Iglesias.
All right, and throw deep to number 6, caught, taken down by number 29.
Passes to Kelly, in. Was that in? Iglesias goes to Kelly, and he's in. Touchdown, Somers. Iglesias to throw, back deep. He's going deep to Palazzolo for the catch at the 29. Dean Palazzolo. Iglesias to Kelly. Kelly going around out wide, and touchdown, Somers! Mason Kelly. And Somers is pulling away as they're now up 27-7.
Takes the hand off to Dean Palazzolo. Looks like it was deflected. And then was...
Bucket, 14 laps to go in stage 2. We're off. Chastain and Eric Jones and Denny Hamlin, your top 3 to start off. But we have Chastain pulling ahead after gaining a lot of spots after that pit stop. Chastain pulling ahead, but Eric Jones giving up competition. Ross Chastain, winless last season, has had 2 wins in 2022 and 2023. But it's Chastain pulling ahead, but coming around Eric Jones, it's Larson and Byron, both of them coming up. Larson pulling ahead, but Byron is right there. Byron, Larson, Jones, 3 wide now. They caught up to Jones, had no problem catching up to Jones, but now not able to pull ahead. It's still neck and neck. Those 3 drivers are still neck and neck. Anyone could happen, but now Jones pulls up in front. Wallace now back in the picture. 12 laps to go in stage 2. As all this happens, Ross Chastain continues to pull away. Winning a stage would get him a playoff point, would be a big help, and get him 10 regular season points. Best average finish at Las Vegas. It goes to Ross Chastain, our current leader in the next gen car, followed by William Byron. So let's keep an eye out, Ross Chastain. It would be a great win for him. He needs just to rebound his career after not winning last season. I think he needs to get a few wins this year, I think, if he wants to get back into the championship picture eventually, maybe competing for a championship again one day like he did in 2022. But as he pulls away for the lead with 10 laps to go in stage number 2, Chastain pulling ahead. As he's pulling ahead, almost a second ahead, more than half a second ahead, as they go down the track 180 miles per hour. As now we have a battle with Barry and Suarez. This is for 7th. Neck and neck. Byron making the pass on Eric Jones. William Byron up to 2nd. But now here comes Kyle Larson on Eric Jones. Right behind Eric Jones, Kyle Larson Will he make the move? It looks like this live scoreboard Jane setup is live. This race is obviously not 100% live. So Kyle Larson does pass Aaron Jones, and there he goes. Eric Jones is passed by Kyle Larson. Kyle Larson up in third. So Larson now in third. Eric Jones spun around, spins out, but able to rebound it, get back in line. That allows Bubba Wallace, Hostevard, Suarez, and Barry and Blaney to pass Eric Jones. From 3rd to 9th goes Eric Jones. 10th is Denny Hamlin, has lost multiple spots, but Chastain doing the best from that restart there. But Denny Hamlin's still in 10th, someone to keep an eye out for at Vegas. Could be a threat to win today. But here comes William Byron, because Chastain did do a quick pit stop. It's now Byron and Larson, the 200 car on Chastain. This is probably going to be an easy pass as Byron's going high. This may be a battle for the win, I believe. These are two great cars at Vegas. These cars have competed for the win before at Vegas. These are two top cars, and I would not be surprised if it came down to Byron or Larson, these 200 cars today, as Byron is catching up to Chastain. It is with Larson right there, these Hendrick cars right on him, but Bubba Wallace there as well with 6 laps to go in the stage. 6 to go in the stage, a little more than 100 laps to go in this race, as now William Byron goes on top, takes the lead, followed by Larson. Larson goes on the inside. Chastain gets pushed back to 3rd with William Byron leading. Larson now in 2nd, Chastain in 3rd, and now Kyle Larson and William Byron will be battling for the lead. They work together to get up front. Now it is time for them to battle to win the stage. As William Byron pulls ahead, this would be the 2nd stage win of the year for William Byron. This would give him 7 playoff points with the win at Daytona. Believe it or not, Christopher Bell already with 15 playoff points. Impressive. That's only 4 races throughout the season. If Bell wins today, that gives him 20. No. He has 16. He won a stage as well last race. Byron now pulling ahead, but Larson's still there. Larson's going to try to make the pass. Byron and Larson. Will Larson make the pass on the top? Will he do it? 4 to go here at Las Vegas in stage number 2. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. now up to 10th place. He started 35th. Hasn't had the best day, but now up to 10th on a great streak as Kyle Larson is making the pass. William Byron down low. Larson on the bottom. Byron on top. Kyle Larson takes the lead. A battle. What a move for Kyle Larson. Goes up next to Byron. Byron goes up a little high. Larson able to take the move. As Larson now pulls ahead with 2 to go. 2 to go for Larson as Larson pulls ahead with Byron in 2nd. This is the battle for the lead now as Larson is pulling more and more ahead. Byron is right there. We got Hostevard and Wallace right there as well. It's the battle for 4th place. Carson Hostevard been able to put himself in the picture these last few weeks and throughout the season. Carson Hostevard trying to do it again today. Final lap in this stage as Kyle Larson pulls ahead. Kyle Larson still winless this season. He had 5 wins last year going through turn 2. Will he get his first stage of this year? He won around 13 stages last year, I believe, or something like that. Second most to Christopher Bell as he goes through the final turn. Kyle Larson is your winner of stage 2 at Las Vegas. Kyle Larson gets it done at getting a playoff point added to the playoffs. So he'll be going in the playoffs with at least 1 point. You notice how I'm saying he will be going into the playoffs. Yes, he is going to win this year. If for whatever reason he does not win, he's still gonna get in by points. He's just a phenomenal driver. But we go to Marshall Blake. Kyle Larson able to beat out William Byron. What a battle. Came down right to the end. But Larson passed Byron for the lead. Able to hold off Byron and get the stage win. We'll be back after our commercial break.
No.
And why is that?
I know. I just got a feeling. Got a strong feeling.
Okay.
So Kyle Larson, he's an amazing driver. You could see him. You see him in all these series he's winning. In the Indy 500, he was doing great, running in the top 10 till that drive-through. But I think Kyle Larson overall is a great driver. He's got screwed over in NASCAR last few seasons, or like not being lucky. But I think this is his year. He'll show the NASCAR thing. He'll show NASCAR that he deserves to be a multiple-time champion, and he'll get it done. I think Kyle Larson will do it, and I hope he does.
Okay, and my prediction is Ryan Blaney. So he's been pretty much getting consistent wins and top placing. I think he might take the championship this year.
Alright, so a few weeks ago we had our fantasy draft. What was your biggest steal of the draft?
So, I think I have the biggest steal of anyone, which is Christian McCaffrey, because I had first pick, and yeah, it just worked out. It worked out for me.
Is that much of a steal because you had the first pick? It might be a steal if you had the third pick and no one took him. But I mean, you had the first pick.
I still want to call it a steal because
all right.
I don't know if I missed out on it, someone else could.
I'm just gonna point out that the whole league passed on him last year, and I got him with the 10th overall pick.
That's the biggest steal.
Did you win?
I came in second, but still. But there was another guy that fell this time, and I'm really happy I got. Jamar Chase has a better quarterback than guys like Justin Jefferson, other great receivers. I think Jamar Chase, technically the best receiver, maybe besides CeeDee Lamb and Tyreek Hill, the best receiver. And he fell to 11th, so I snagged him right up and took him.
Now, I think I have the best. I got Sam Laporta, so therefore I get naming rights to Laporta Potty as my team name. I feel really
you
good
already
about that.
picked a name. You can't change your name.
I never had it.
Not.
I change my name like every other season.
Yeah. Alright, so, Somers fans, we got a big season ahead of us, and we're going to predict the regular season, 8 games. So, Jaden.
Ramapo. I think so. I think we got it.
So we're 1-0, and I think we're gonna crush the Yorktown Huskers 50-0 now. Maybe not that much, but do it like 30-24.
Against Mayapack, I think Somers are gonna take that game.
Alright, so we have them at 3-0. I think Fox Lane, that's an easy W. We're going 4-0.
John Jay. I think that's gonna be good competition, but I think we're gonna take it again. I think Somers has got it.
Harrison, they're a tough team, but we're gonna beat them, no problem.
I don't even remember where Harrison is.
And welcome back to NASCAR. 99 laps to go as we get ready for the Stage 3. Kyle Larson winning that Stage 2. A battle with William Byron, but taking a look at the start of the Stage 3. Larson, Byron, Chastain. 3 great drivers. I know Chastain probably going to pit sooner than them. Does not have as much fuel and going on with Chastain, but yeah, Chastain's going to give up a fight. He's that driver that gives up a fight, and I'm excited to see what happens with 99 laps to go here in this NASCAR race. All the cars are going to go in, and with the cars pitting, this is going to shake things up. What is going to happen here? This eventually may decide the battle for the win. If it goes green, this may decide the battle for the win if we go green all the way. We're now going to get 8 laps to go. All the cars pit now. Larson winning that stage will add a playoff point onto his resume for the season. Cindric winning stage 1, just recapping just in case you are just getting here. And the final stage, 98 laps to go. And with 98 laps to go, Daniel Suarez this time. Chastain did it last time. His teammate Daniel Suarez gained 7 spots, followed by Larson and Byron, and Daniel Suarez will be starting in front. But we go to a commercial break, and while we take a commercial break, I want to know in the live chat, those who are watching, based on what we've seen so far, Christopher Bell having 3 wins, he's obviously the championship favorite. Who do you see winning the championship this year? What is your prediction? Comment below. And I gotta say, I always go Larson, but what I've seen this year, it probably is Bell who deserves the championship. But it's gonna be very interesting what happens this year. I'm not gonna be able to follow NASCAR as much this year. I'll be going off to college, but it's gonna be very interesting to see what happens with Larson, Bell. Just will they make the championship 4? They're the 2 best drivers by far in the series. They should have made it last season, had the most wins, but I think Larson and Bell deserve the championship this year. It should be either of them. However, you know how NASCAR works, the playoff system. I could very well see Penske winning it again, and that is why I'm predicting Penske to take it. They're good at this playoff system, good at winning races when they need to. I'm going Austin Cindric as your 2025 champion, and that is just because of Penske is good at getting it done, and I think something's telling me Penske's going to do it again. Cindric's going to be the 4th likely guy to win in the championship 4, but then he's going to get it done over Larson and Bell. And I think the other guy will make it is Blaney. Cindric wins, Blaney comes in 2nd, and yeah, that's gonna be the 4th year in a row for Penske. I don't like to see it, but just based how NASCAR is going these last few years, I think that is what's gonna happen. Few other guys just to look out for, however. We got Byron needs to have a breakout year. He needs to win in the summer and the fall. Yes, he's good at winning in the spring. He's already won the Daytona 500. That's all he's won. He's got to start winning these races in the summer and fall. He used to earlier in his career. Back in 2021, he won Daytona, or I think that was 2020, 21 or 20, whatever it was. Byron needs to win these later races if he wants to win a championship. I know he made the championship 4 that year, but he didn't win any playoff races, and that was just pure luck that he made it that far. I think if Byron's able to perform throughout the season like Byron has been able to the last few years in the beginning of the season, I think for sure he's a champion. And performance, I mean also winning races, not and getting high spots, not just a fall off in the summer and then doing a little better in the fall, but never fully rebounding. But just to recap, we're getting back. Chase Briscoe losing his tire. Highlight of the day. Bell wheel tightened in teammates pit. I don't know. I guess they didn't tighten all the way to avoid that happening like Briscoe did. I don't know why. I think there should be a penalty for that personally, because some drivers don't have teammates. If that happened to them, they'd be screwed. That's a little not fair. Kyle Busch's tire falls off and breaks and departs. Kyle Larson wins stage 2. That's your recap of the race so far, and got stage 3. And we're gonna take a look. We got McDowell and Dillon did not pit, but then we have Suarez, Kyle Larson, William Byron, Bubba Wallace, Chastain, Blaney, Berry, and Gregson. All these drivers I could see winning. I think Berry is gonna be someone competing. He's not gonna win. I think he's gonna give up a fight. These Trackhouse drivers very well may stay in this, but I think it's realistically gonna come down to Larson, Byron, and Blaney, and let's just put Bell in there because Bell's gonna catch up and he's good at getting back up there to win races. I'm also gonna get Reddick catching back up, and Bubba Wallace. It's gonna come down to those 6. I'm gonna just put Josh Berry in there as well, but I could see any of those 6 drivers winning. However, I think it's gonna be Kyle Larson who's gonna cross the finish line in front of Bell ending Bell's streak. Larson's gonna tell everyone that he has to still be the most recent driver to win 4 races in a row, and Larson is gonna win at Las Vegas. So here is your starting position, front row. So we have McDowell and Dillon in the front row, Suarez and Larson in row 2, Byron and Wallace in row 3, Blaney and Chastain in row 4, and Reddick. No, we got Priest and Gregson in row 5, Reddick and Hamlin in row 6. So we get started now as pace car is gonna head in. Pace car, does it stay out? It's gonna stay out. My bad. Now it's gonna head in. Looks like it stayed out. Dillon, McDowell, front row and row off. Final stage. McDowell goes up high in front of Dillon. Now opening it up for Suarez. Now Larson goes in the middle. It's 3 wide, being pushed by Chastain. Kyle Larson already pushed up to the front. He's battling for the lead. Here comes Larson up to second now. Now this is the battle for the lead. It's anyone's game. Larson goes by McDowell, bounces on top to gain speed, and Larson, what a move by him, bounces on top, moves away to gain the lead, and he does it. Kyle Larson up front. Larson able to easily take back that lead after losing those few spots in pit lane, but Kyle Larson now pulling away. Daniel Suarez now in second, and William Byron catching up now in fourth. Now challenging McDowell for third. Here comes Byron on the bottom. It's gonna be a Hendrick battle. Blaney as well is someone to keep an eye out for, and also Joey Logano gaining some spots. We got Christopher Bell, not in the top 20, but he's gonna be a threat to win today too, as Byron's gonna battle against Suarez. This is the battle for second place now. Here comes Chastain now catching up to this battle. Will Chastain be able to keep up with Byron and Larson here, as Byron is gonna still trying to get by Suarez. Chastain, his teammate, right behind both of them as well, kind of in that battle as well. It's a battle for second place right now, as Suarez is giving Byron a fight, but Byron gaining some momentum. It's really neck and neck. It could be either or. Byron, Suarez, battle for second place. Suarez pulls ahead, but Byron's still there. Here comes Chastain. Chastain would make the pass, but he does not. Would probably be able to get in front of Suarez and maybe even Byron, but he does not want to risk it, as that would involve pushing Byron. Suarez is his teammate, so he wants to help Suarez out. So Chastain is going to stay, but now Chastain moves to the small lane. He may try to go by and push his teammate Suarez. We got Trackhouse and Hendrick Motorsports up front, as Kyle Larson slowly pulling away. Trackhouse Racing, so we have Suarez in second, Chastain in fourth, and Shane Van Gisbergen 35th. Pretty sure he's DQ'd for today. I don't know if they put him back in or not as he crashed earlier, but Trackhouse running pretty good for their 2 OG drivers. So here comes Byron, battle for the lead. Great move there, goes up high, able to squeeze by. I apologize. No, so Chastain pulled ahead of Byron, and then Byron made that move to get past Chastain. So that is not Suarez, that is Chastain. Snuck by. They did not show that on the camera, so yeah. So we got Larson up front now. Suarez, it looks to be taking second place for now. Byron in third, Chastain in fourth, Wallace in fifth. Bubba Wallace running pretty good throughout the race, has been able to stay up front throughout the race, as the leaders have throughout the race changed. Bubba Wallace is a driver who has stayed up there throughout, and he could be the guy who takes that one. All you gotta do is stay up towards the front. That is a way to win races. But William Byron does pass Suarez finally for second place. It's bound to happen. There, we got it. Now looking in the backfield battle for 23rd, we got Chase Elliott. We got Todd Gilliland. I apologize. Chandler Smith, still getting used to the new numbers. And Christopher Bell, as Bell is going around. Now it's just Bell and Elliott. Battle for 23rd. 22nd. Bell and Elliott. There they go. Bell up high. What will he do? Catching up to Elliott, but it's too wide of. Now in this mess is John Hunter Nemechek. So 85 laps to go in this one as Elliott Elliott now battling Eric Jones. But in the front, it's just very self-explanatory. Larson, your leader. Byron in second. Suarez in third. And you look at these drivers. We finally have a race. They're all Chevys. Top four are all Chevys. Then we got Toyota, Ford, Toyota. Actually, two 2311 drivers in the top 7 at 5th and 7th. And don't forget about these 2311 drivers. They're pretty good. They qualified 1 and 2 up at Coda. And these drivers are going to not give up a fight this year. They also have Wiley Herbst on their team, who is a rookie in the car number 35 this year. So this 2311 team is getting excited. Car-owned team, horsed by Michael Jordan and Denny Hamlin, as they are right now battling for 5th place. The three of them, mainly it's Wallace and Blaney battling with Ryan Blaney. So Blaney just pulled ahead of Wallace. Let's see if he's able to hold on to that lead. And it looks like they're on the mission to catch up with the Trackhouse boys. Trackhouse boys, of course, they must have taken less gas or like 2 tires, not 4, or maybe 0 tires, just to be able to get up the high. So what will they do here? What will Trackhouse be able to hold on? So we go back to another commercial break. And will I stay on? It's all up side by side. Let's see what they decide. We do not have side by side. I'll be right back.
Because I remember looking at their history, but it's hard to remember which one is not on there. I'm going to say answer choice C, 2016.
Alright, and Brandon?
I have answer choice B, 2013.
And Brandon is correct. It is B, 2013. They won in 2016, 2022, 2023, and hopefully 2024.
On the way.
Alright. So our next question is, what year did our soccer team win their last championship? A, 2022, B, 2021, C, 2017, or D, 2019?
I'm going to have to go with A, 2022.
Alright, Jaden?
I think that's too recent. I think I'm going to say 2021.
Correct answer is 2021.
Let's go.
Alright, so what was the final score of last year's state championship where Somers won? Is it A, 58-21, Somers win? B, 35-6, Somers wins? C, 40-35, or D, 32-31?
Alright, so I was doing a little research, and if I remember correctly, I'm pretty sure the game was against Whitesboro, and they won 35-6. So answer choice B.
I'm going to have to agree with Jaden there. Answer choice B.
Alright, you are both correct. And that was a confusing question as I put the scores of all other championships in there as well. So, yeah. And the final question is, what was Soma's final record in 2022? Jaden. Welcome back as with 78 laps to go, commercial over there, and with 78 laps to go, we got some pits. This is gonna decide it. What is gonna happen here? All the cars pit, including the Trackhouse car, so it's gonna be a bit more fair as Chastain gains 3 spots and is your leader again. Cindric and Elliott gain 17 spots. Christopher Bell gains 15 spots. Incredible. A big up for them, and they're going to be in it. William Byron down to 6. A big blow for William Byron. Ty Gibbs still in his pit box. And Tyler Reddick 10th. So we got Chastain, Larson, Cindric, Elliott. I apologize, the screen went off. But we'll wait for the order. Larson's in 17th. I don't think that's correct. I don't think that is correct. Let's wait to see. Yes, we got Chastain, Larson, Cindric, Suarez, Bubba Wallace, Tyler Reddick, Michael McDowell, Carson Hosevard, Brad Keselowski, and Austin Dillon. And Byron not in your top 10. Interesting there. So, Ingo. So you take a look, the caution there was Cody Ware, who went into the wall. His tire came out, and as your caution, I believe, no, that was a different caution. But we're going to be back in a moment after the commercial break.
To 7 at halftime, but then in the second half, John Jay ties it up, making it 14-14, but then Somers dominates the rest of the game, scoring 21 unanswered.
NASCAR just loves to trick you. It looks like they're going to commercial in 1 second. Then they line up. Now looks like they may be going to commercial again. It's just NASCAR is tough, but I'll stay on here. Coming back this restart, we got Chastain and Larson in the front. Well, they've updated this lineup now, so it's Chastain, Larson, Cindric, Elliott, Suarez, Byron, Blaney, Bell, Gregson, and Reddick. It's your top 10. Wallace in 11th, McDowell in 12th. The cameramen wave out, I guess, to go. They're showing the cameraman. Maybe they're just waving to the other cameras. Cool, they're getting recognition there, but as cameraman is an important job in this business. Shout out to Mark, our main cameraman. Also, Philip has been cameraman for us for the Soma Sports broadcast. That's what I'm talking about. In addition, we have also had a few other cameramen. We've had, who else have we had? We've had we have Tyler, great cameraman for us, and Jaden has done the camera sometimes. My dad has done the camera sometimes. All great cameramen for the Soma Sports broadcast. I'm sure pretty sure there's a few others that I'm missing. Yes, Chris Dillon has done it for our episodes. just thank you all you that have done it for have done cameraman for episodes. Thank you, and yeah, it's great. It's an important wall. Like without it, be hard. Like even you don't need to do much. You just for the episodes, you need to make sure it is recording. But that's important. You gotta make sure it's recording. That's the main thing. That's an important job. Even though it may not be that exciting, it's an important job. I want to thank everyone who does it. I know it's a lot of work. Done it a few times on and off for broadcasts, like when I needed to sub in for them or help Mark or whoever needs help. So yeah. Also Matthew, got to mention, also have been a cameraman for us. But with 75 laps to go, let's just take a look. We also have the on car cameras. Chastain is gonna be a leader. Chastain, I believe he has not won at Las Vegas, but he's competed in Las Vegas before. Him and Logano, 2022, that was the battle for the win to get into the championship four. Logano did wind up winning that one, but Chastain was in that battle. With 75 laps to go, a lot could happen at this Las Vegas track. Track that NASCAR usually likes to hit twice a year. First race in the last round of the playoffs, and second to last, not including the championship four. Ooh, that's a rough crash. Ty Gibbs pulls right ahead. Who was that got damaged by that? Ty Gibbs pulls right in when another driver is pulling out. A rough Blake. Is that Hostavard? They didn't really show who that was, but it's going to be interesting looking back at that. So, yeah. 75 laps to go. And the cars are going to choose their lanes now. So, Chastain on the inside. And it's going to be Larson on the outside. Elliott's going to be behind Larson. Cindric back up there behind Chastain. Suarez also in the lane with Chastain. Byron chooses to go behind his two teammates, Elliott and Larson, in the up row. So 3 teammates there. Blaney will be behind that, and Bell. I told you Bell would be back in it. Bell's just a great driver. He very well could still win 4 in a row. Yeah, he's won every race since the last race I called here. So if he does not win today, I may have to call every race to the rest of the season so he doesn't win, because I'm kind of sick of seeing the same guy winning. He's a great driver. I'm glad. I like seeing him win. He's probably my favorite driver on Joe Gibbs Racing, honestly. But still, Briscoe's up there too now. But still, I do like to see different races win. So maybe I'll take like a week or 2 off and let him get like 2 more wins this season. But no, I'm not. That better not be the case, because I'm not doing every race this season. That would be a lot, and I'm not even around every race. I'll be off in college in the fall, and last race I would probably likely do is the next race is probably likely Indianapolis. Maybe I'll do 1 or 2 more this year. So that's gonna be a lot of Bell wins if that's the case. But Larson and Chastain in the front row. Bucket. We're back racing, 74 laps to go. We are off now. Chastain and Larson battle for the lead. Being pushed is Larson. Larson's teammates right behind Larson, but Byron not able to stick with the chemistry there. Byron falling a bit behind. Rolls out, pushed out. Big crash. Multiple cars crashing and spinning. Blaney involved. Jones involved. I think that was Stenhouse who came out first. Let's see what happened here. A rough Blake for Ryan Blaney, as now we look at our order. Our top 4 is Larson, Chastain, Elliott, and Byron. All Fords. Not all Chevys. I was looking at thinking Chevys, and I still said Fords. But we got Blaney, he's just whacked there. Yes, Stenhouse, that was right. Yes, Stenhouse is the guy that first came out. So, yeah, Stenhouse was on the outside. It looked like he caused it. Bit on the outside. Denny Hamlin. Does Jaden's prediction come true here? Denny Hamlin
Cars are. I'm waiting to see what happens. So they're off. Stenhouse right behind Denny Hamlin. Denny Hamlin up high, coming around. Oh, it's pushed. Suarez goes back. Does Hamlin cause this? Oh, so it was up there. So Blaney. So then where did Stenhouse come out? They didn't show Stenhouse. So this starts off with Gregson. No, it's just showing Gregson from high. So someone pushes into Gregson. Was it Denny Hamlin? Denny Hamlin makes it through the crash with one piece because he's Denny Hamlin. So what do you expect? But a rough break for Ryan Blaney as he looks to be done. Pretty heavy damage on the car after that crash, but still, I don't know. Looks to me it was those four cars collided, caused Stenhouse to fall out of the line. Just a lot of movement there. Stenhouse goes sideways, and we've got a caution. So let's just take a look at this. Let's see if they could play this one more time. Maybe see what happened from the Stenhouse angle. That's what I'm really curious about, how this thing started. Who started it? Was it Hamlin? So we're off. Pushed. Yeah, wait, no. Going on. Here comes Eric Jones. Goes back. It's McDowell who brakes a little bit. So it looks like it was McDowell who caused it. Didn't have enough room. Braked a little bit. It wasn't enough room between the car behind him. I believe it was Dylan. Hit it. And that is going to cause this caution with Stenhouse moving out. The other caution may have been a different thing. There's a lot going on right now. Multiple cautions. And cars are heading into pit road, including Kyle Larson. Kyle Larson heads to pit road. So in goes Kyle Larson. It is 6:13 p.m. So we are going to put on the launch show for March Madness. And we'll see some reactions I have. I'll be updating you on that as we go along. Probably missed the beginning. I didn't realize it already was 6. But we're going to get started with the launch show. And hopefully these things will end around the same time, so we could finish this. Of course, this will end towards the end of the race, but here we go. And looks like Liberty got in or something. I really know nothing. So we got Duke as the 1 seed. We got Mississippi State and Baylor, 8 and 9 seed. Oregon, Liberty. Oregon's a 5th seed. Arizona, 4th seed. I thought they were a better team. Aiken. They're just announcing this right now. It's the 13 seed. These guys play on Friday. Incan, I think I've heard of that school. So now the East Region, BYU is the 6th seed. So we got BYU. Pretty cool there. Team's static. BYU as the 6th seed. We got VCU. They'll be taking on VCU. 28 wins this season. They're going to be the 11th seed. Ryan Blaney heads in behind the wall. Looks like that's going to be it for the day for Ryan Blaney. Oh, and Wisconsin is going to be the 3 seed in the East region. Don't seem that excited. They probably thought they would do better, but Wisconsin, the 3 seed. And Lower New Jersey, the 1 seed. That would be cool, though. One of the colleges I'm considering going to, along with Syracuse, Montana, the 14 seed. St. Mary's, is that the team that has that coach? Or is that St. Pete? I don't know. St. Mary's going to be a 7 seed, it looks like. Vanderbilt,
don't know that team that well. I do know that they beat Alabama in football this season. So they're a good team. I do know they beat Alabama in football this season. So they know how to play, it sounds like. What I understand. Alabama 2 seed. I thought Alabama was better. Alabama is not going to be a 1 seed. I thought they were like 4th ranked. Like 2nd ranked, but they're going to be a 2 seed in this year's thing. And now, who will be the 15th seed? Who will go on the 1 maybe? Robert Morris. Robert Morris College. They could go on a 1. You know what? I could see it. I could see the 15 seed taking the 1 seed. Honestly, you can. So Duke is going to be a 1 seed for the East region. I'm sure we missed a region already. Hopefully we didn't, but I'm sure we did. Duke is your 1 seed. Baylor. 9 seed. Baylor has been the 1 seed before. Oregon, the 5th seed. That's Justin Herbert and Drake Mays College. Arizona, the 4 seed. Akron, the 13 seed. Michigan, the 5th seed in South, first round. So it looks like there's others. San Diego State versus UNC. So versus Carolina. Louisville, the 8th seed in the South region. So San Diego State isn't even in. Auburn, 1 seed. That's not a surprise. They're like the top team. Michigan State, a 2 seed in the South, the first round. Iowa State is a 3 seed. Limpcom is 13. We got Texas, A&M, and Yale, 4 and 13. UC San Diego, 12th seed. Ole Miss is a 6 seed. San Diego State, 11. Marquette, 7 seed. New Mexico, the 10. Louisville, the 9. The 8. Coming the 9. Auburn is the 1 seed. But we're off. 67 laps to go. Reddick, your leader. But here comes Suarez. It's the battle for the lead. Suarez on to Reddick. Will he do it? Reddick able to pull ahead now with 67 laps to go. The Hendrick cars decide to pit there along with Chastain. Interesting, they don't decide to stay out. Reddick pulling ahead. Now it's 66 laps to go. Got Reddick, we got McDowell, the pole winner, in 3rd with Suarez in 2nd. Ryan Preece in 4th, Gregson in 5th, Josh Berry in 6th. Denny Hamlin's in 7th with Logano in 8th. AJ Allmendinger in 9th with Hocevar in number 10. That is your top 10 currently, as we're off with 65 laps to go, as Tyler Reddick showing that he is a phenomenal driver, pulling away. Noah Gregson up there as well, giving the battle. We got Josh Berry in the 21 also in the mix of things still. Logano and Hamlin also up there. Cars are going as Reddick pulling ahead. 27 lead changes today. Track record is 28 spring 2007. Will that break? Yeah, I'm sure it will. 64 laps to go. Larson, Byron. Yeah, that rotation's going to come around. They'll be in the lead, I'm sure, very soon. Most lead changes in the first 4 races as well this season at 142. So, a lot of lead changes today, just overall this season. So, 63 laps to go. Shane Van Gisbergen has gotten back out there, but his car is going very slow. Are they going to throw the caution? That is the question here. He head back from commercial break for the March Madness announcement. Question is, every year, does Syracuse make it? They probably don't. They didn't have a great year this year, but question every year is, will Syracuse make it in my house? And curious to see if they even get like 15 or 16. Be pretty cool. Kozlowski pulling ahead. We got fierce battle more in the back of the field with Kozlowski, Truex, Elliott, Osavard. I really said Truex. It's Briscoe. I really gotta get used to that. He has the same car, same paint scheme, everything. It's gonna be tough to get used to. Garno back there as well. 61 laps to go now. And Weddick pulling away from Suarez. That is your battle, Weddick and Suarez, your current battle for the lead. Weddick a bit ahead. Kyle Larson, William Byron back now 17th and 18th. Cole Custer, the car ahead of them, but Christopher Bell right there as well with them. Will those be the three battling for the win at the end? As Reddick pulling ahead now. More and more battle for 9th place with Bowman and Allmendinger. And we have Ty Dillon in that battle as well. Ty Dillon, I don't know how he got that ride back. He's proven time and time again that he does not deserve to be in the Cup Series, but Ty Dillon is looking to... Ty Dillon has been performing pretty good lately this season. Like, he's not, obviously hasn't been amazing, but I feel like how he's been doing is better than I expected him to do. Like, a bit better, like good amount better. Like, his name's been up there. He's put himself in the conversation for like the lead battle throughout parts of the races multiple times this year. But what, 58 laps to go now. Weddick continues to pull ahead. Logano just steamrolls by Gregson and Barry, passing them. Steamroll, what a great drive that was. A pass, what a great pass. Just speeds right by them. As they're coming around. Logano now up to 6th after that. .57 laps to go now with Gregson pulling ahead. Gregson and Barry still in the battle. But we got Midwest region now out, so we got Houston as the 1 seed. Houston. Sid Edwardville as the 16 seed. Gonzaga as an 8 seed. What happened to Gonzaga there? Usually one of the top teams. Georgia is in it as a 9 seed. Clemson's a 5 seed. McNeese is a 12 seed. Interesting already. Wild. So we wait for the 4 seed. The 4 seed is going to be Purdue. Purdue, very cool. I got to meet the announcer of Purdue's game. The person that announces Purdue games just the other day on a college show. That was very cool. At Rowan University. High Point University is going to be the 13 seed. High Point into the NCC March Madness tournament. So now on to the 6 seed now. We got Illinois going to be the 6th seed. Midwest region. They'll be taking on the 11th seed. Who's going to be the battle for the 11th seed? Got Texas or Xavier. So whoever wins in that Texas Xavier game. Kyle Busch. This is a recap. They're just recapping the race again. I looked down for 1 second. Kyle Busch's car is doing the exact same thing it did before. So a little confusing. So we got those 2 there. We got Kentucky, who's going to be the 3 seed in the Midwest region, and Troy, who's going to be the 13 seed. So Troy, 13 seed, Kentucky, the 3 seed, 22 and 11. Little surprise there. The 3 seed, UCLA, is going to be the 7 seed there, as Byron is catching up. Utah State is going to be the 10 seed. Excited to complete my first bracket. And Christopher Bell, Kyle Larson are battling for the 16th spot. Bell is very much in this. I know he hasn't been on top, but he's right now battling for, I think, which is the battle. Battling the cars, which I think is the battle for the lead eventually, as these cars are all going to pit. Keep an eye out for that battle. Right now, it is Reddick pulling ahead. As it's the but keep an eye out for the Byron Bell and Larson battle. Bubba Wallace now, keep an eye out for back to number 29. So, and yeah, Bubba Wallace back to 29th after being up high most of the day, now in 29th. Tennessee takes the 2 seed, and Wolford is going to take the 15 seed in the Midwest region. That is more March Madness. The release show is currently on for that, so that is your Midwest region, and it's going to be exciting. It's going to be an interesting one. I'm excited to fill out a bracket. I'm actually going to put a link on YouTube for whoever wants to fill out a bracket. I'm going to create brackets, see how many people are up to doing it, and we'll see who fills it out. Right now, Reddick is pulling ahead. Still the leader, but real battle for the leader is as Byron is battling Gregson for 13th right now. Here comes William. Byron has a fast car today. He very well could win this race. If Byron or Bell wins this race, it will be 5 races this season. Only 2 drivers have won so far. And both drivers, multiple wins. Impressive. If Bell wins, be the same thing, except Bell with 4 wins. In 5 races this season, that would be incredible. Pretty sure Harvick did something like that 2019. I think he won 3 or 4 in a row. But here comes Denny Hamlin. Battle for 3rd with Michael McDowell right now. It's the battle with 3rd, 47 laps to go in this one. Lap 221. Denny Hamlin able to pull to 3rd place after this battle with Michael McDowell, the pole winner here. As next up for Denny Hamlin is Daniel Suarez. But they're close with Reddick. They're close to the lead. And we'll see what happens as we head to a commercial break. It'll be side by side, so we'll continue. Reddick still ahead. Elliott a half second behind there, with Hamlin about a second behind of Reddick. Joey Logano is now up to 4th after passing McDowell, and Joey Logano, always a threat at Vegas, and he's showing that here right now as he's up to 4th. But we got Byron, Larson, and Bell. That battle to keep an eye out for. Right now, Byron is leading it by a few cars, actually. And Larson and Bell, it's neck and neck. I could say those are the 3 top drivers currently in the Cup Series. Also, put Ryan Blaney in the list. I may have to put Blaney above Byron. I like Byron better, but I just have to put Blaney above Byron. They're like basically exactly the same drivers, but the thing that breaks it for me is that Blaney does have that championship that Byron does not have. So Blaney, yeah, I'd say Bell, right now I'd say Bell, Larson, Blaney, Byron, Reddick is like top 5 in my power rankings. Yeah, I just spoiled it. If you could check out the next episode, but I just spoiled my NASCAR power rankings in that top 5. I still have 6 through 10. You can go and watch to find out for. I could just spoil. I got Logano in 6th, Elliott in 7th. In 8th, I got Hamlin. 9th is Cindric, and 10th is Busch. Yeah, I just spoiled it for you guys. But if you want to hear why, you could watch the episode. Yeah, that's my power rankings for NASCAR. Currently top 10. But right now we have Reddick still leading. Right now we got Ty Dillon just passed Christopher Bell. That's such something to look out for Christopher Bell. Just easily passed Christopher Bell there. Now Bell able to get back in front of Dillon, but still, why would top driver NASCAR allow Ty Dillon to do that? That's maybe something to worry for Christopher Bell. His streak may end today. So we're on to the West region now, with Florida taking the 1 seed, 13-4 season, as Reddick continues to pull away. Not a lot of passing right now, but exciting. 12 leaders today so far, and just one more to tie the all-time record for Vegas. Lead changes 27, cars on lead lap 30, and 8 cautions. That's your race summary for today. We got UConn as an 8th seed. Wow, for the back-to-back defending champs, now as an 8th seed. That is wild. I'm still predicting them to make championship 4 most likely, but that is just wild. Norfolk State is the 16th seed. Oklahoma is the 9th seed. UConn is the 8th seed. That's just wild. Memphis is going to be the 5th seed. That's just wild. How is UConn 8th seed? Is Colorado State? Shout out to my friend Mark's dad. He goes there. He went there. And yeah, Colorado State is the 12th seed. And now 4 and 13 we for Maryland is going to be the 4th seed. So Reddick still your leader. Maryland is hyped to be the 4th seed there. The Grand Canyon is going to be a 13 seed there. But here comes Daniel Suarez. This is the battle for the lead. Daniel Suarez on Tyler Reddick. That breaks the on a lap sled. He has to lead a lap. But here comes Daniel Suarez. This is for the lead. Daniel Suarez on the bottom. Here comes Daniel Suarez for the lead. Daniel Suarez, your new race leader. How about Daniel Suarez now up front for the toss? For in this race, we got Drake as the 11th seed, Mississippi as the 6th seed in that region. Ryan Blaney being interviewed, so it looks he is done for today. With 37 laps to go, 36 now. We got Joey Logano passing Reddick. What's going on with Reddick now? As Logano is getting closer and closer, trying to pass him for second. Daniel Suarez pulling ahead, however, for the lead. And Suarez, if these cars are able to stay up front without a caution or pit, if they're somehow able to do this, this would be Suarez's 3rd clear win. But with 36 laps to go, we'll see what happens. So we got a few more teams announced. We got Texas Tech. It's going to be the 3rd seed in the West region. We have UNCW. It's going to be the 14th seed. Kansas passed your 2021 winner. Yeah, 2021 or 2022, one of the years. Winner. They're a 7th seed. Arkansas is a 10th seed. They won when I was a freshman, so yeah, 2022 would be right. 35 laps to go. Reddick's gonna come into the pit. Is he pitting? It may just be an issue. But St. John, yeah, that's the team. The coach, get his name. He came in. This team's a threat that could win it all. St. John, just incredible. They're gonna be a 2 seed in this, 13-4. St. John, they're a 2 seed there, and Omantha is going to be the 15 seed. St. John. Incredible. Team. They're usually like a 15 or 16 team. They're a 2 seed. That's crazy. And that is your March Madness. No Syracuse, no Welland, but still pretty cool. That's your March Madness. And I'm excited to do these brackets in a little bit after the end of this race. I'll be sending, if you're my friend, I'll probably be sending out a bracket to a bracket pool to a bunch of people. So in front right now, we have Barry, your leader. Barry, your leader, Logano right behind. Barry and Logano neck and neck. Battle for the lead. Now, those are the top cars as Logano goes ahead. Joey Logano is now your leader. Joey Logano up front with 32 laps to go. I'm sure they are going to pit very soon, so this lead is going to change. But right now, that is your battle for the lead. Taking a look at the Larson, Byron, Briscoe, and Bell battle. I'm going to put Briscoe in there. He's been there throughout the time as well. Larson is the leader with Byron behind. Bell in 13th. Briscoe in 12th. Larson in 10th. Byron in 11th. So, 30 laps to go now. Logano, your current leader. Looking at the conferences for multiple bids, the SEC is the most at 14. Where's the ACC? ACC only has 4. Syracuse, of course, not on that list. Ohio State. Yes, these are the battles. And yeah, North Carolina did not. North Carolina's going to battle to get in. I think they're going to make it. I'm surprised. I thought they were a higher seed, but North Carolina is going to be fight to get into the tournament. A great franchise compared to Duke, who is a 1 seed. Yeah, North Carolina not in it, which is wild. So they're going to have to win to get in, but I'm sure they will. I'm confident they will. They got Bill Belichick as their coach for their football team, so they will. They got to get in. But Logano right now, your leader, with 28 laps to go. That's basically our session. As Logano is pulling ahead. Here goes Logano pulling ahead. Just going around, passing Eric Jones there. A big, pretty heavy lead by Logano, but Barry right there. Josh Barry able to keep up right now. Josh Barry has put himself in the conversation for a good amount of these races this year. But keep an eye on the wheel battle. We got Kyle Larson in 10th right now, looking to get his first win of the year, and 26 laps to go. And more pits coming. We just gotta hope there's not a caution. CBSSports.com if you want to join my bracket. You can download the app, get a head start. I'll send you, just message me or comment if you want to be in the bracket. And I'll also make sure at some point to make a community post on YouTube. But Kyle Busch slowing down there, decides to pit. And Gregson having issues, smoke coming out of his car. Issues with Gregson's car. The caution comes out. I don't know if that's good or bad for Larson and Byron. They may be pitting. I don't know what they're going to decide there. They probably stay out, but that's going to allow all the cars to reset. And this just got very interesting as we have a caution here. So 24 laps to go. Bring all the cars back together. So we got a caution, and I'm gonna take a little bit of a break till we get back. So we're going to head back to YouTube for a commercial break, some Solar Sports broadcast action, and we'll be back.
Scores a bit closer than the game, but I think the Chiefs are going to win 29-20. And then the second game, I've got an exciting game going into overtime where I see the Packers beating the Texans 32-29. Big offense game for Stroud and Jordan Love.
This is the top 10 plays of the week 5 of NFL. 10th play, I said the Darno movie triple coverage Moss. Number 9, Raheem Shaheed 43-yard touchdown. Number 8, Jaden Reed 53-yard reception in triple coverage. Number 7, Kyler Murray 50-yard rushing touchdown. 6, Isaiah Hodge game-winning touchdown for the Falcons. Number 5, Jamar Chase 70-yard touchdown. Number 4, Lamar breaking 2 tackles and throwing a touchdown. Number 3, Pat Surtain's 100-yard pick 6. Number 2, Seahawks fumble recovery for a touchdown. And number 1, the Giants block kick for a touchdown to win the game.
Next up, we got some NFL news for you. First up, we got some big news out of New York where the Jets decided to fire Robert Saleh as the first firing of the 2024 season. A surprise for most.
Benny, you say first firing? Are you assuming that there's going to be more?
I think the Jaguars coach, Doug Peterson, I think he's going to be out soon, and some others. Plus, the NFL does fire coaches a bit too much.
True.
The Chiefs and the Vikings are the two remaining teams undefeated at 5-0, and I'm going to predict their records. Take a look.
Alright, folks, so what I'm going to do now is there's two 5-0 teams, as I was saying before, the Vikings and the Chiefs, and I'm going to predict their schedule. Let's get started with the defending Super Bowl champs, sitting at 5-0, and it's now week 7. They take on the 49ers without McCaffrey still. I think a lot of people are going to say Niners. I think the Chiefs, as much as I hate to say it, the Chiefs are going to get it done. And then week 8 against the Raiders, I think that's a dub. So sitting there at 7-0, taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Baker Mayfield, it's going to be a tougher game. But I think the Buccaneers will lose to the Chiefs. Now sitting at 8-0, going up against Sean Payton, Bo Nix, and the Broncos. I think this is a trap game for the Chiefs. I think the Broncos and Sean Payton, like they did at the end of last season, in that game where they lost to the Broncos, are going to come in with a game plan and give the Chiefs their first L of the season. So now sitting at 8-1, taking on the Bills. Bills are good at beating the Chiefs in the regular season. I think they'll do it again, dropping 2 in a row. So Chiefs are now 8-2, and then they got the Panthers, an easy win for them. They advanced to 9-2. Then going to the Raiders, they lost them once last year. I don't think it's going to happen again this year. I think the Chiefs are going to get it done. And in week 14 against the Chargers, another trap game, but I think the Chiefs just too good against the Chargers. The Chargers haven't been able to beat the Chiefs. I don't think it's going to happen there. Chiefs win. And week 15,
Things have shaken. Things have shaken up here in Vegas. All the cars wind up pitting. It looks like we're going to have a Josh Berry and Daniel Suarez battle to the finish. Things have really shaken up here at Vegas. And it's going to be either going to be, as Gregson heads into behind the wall, done for the day. 22 laps to go. It is it's going to be Daniel Suarez, Josh Berry, Ryan Priest, Chastain. That's going to be a battle for the win. It's looking like, and with all the cars wind up hitting because of the caution, a rough break for the Byron, Larson, and Bell duo today. It's going to be an interesting battle. Logano losing multiple spots in that pit, however. So, we may have... It's going to be a
Suarez, Barry, Priest, and Chastain and Bowman battle. All drivers that haven't been up there. Wait, am I seeing that right? Putting Larson up in 7th place. So Kyle Larson put up to 7th. I don't know if that's correct. It showed me, said he was in 16th on the screen a second ago. So he may still be in this after all. But 21 laps to go. We'll see what happens. So most laps led today at most. We have Kyle Larson at 61. So that will count as a point if he is able to hold on to that. Cindric does not lead basically the laps left. But we got Suarez and Barry starting in the front row. In row number 2, we have Chastain and Priest, Cindric and Bowman in row 3, Larson and Allmendinger in row 4. Yes, Larson's going to be up in 7th. Byron and Buescher in row 5, Elliott and McDowell in row 6, Bell and Stenhouse in row 7, Kozlowski and Briscoe in row 8, Gibbs and Haley in row 9, and in row 10, Logano and Wiley Herbst. As we get ready to start, it's going to be an interesting finish. A lot of cars, which it would be a lot of cars looking for their first win. A lot of ones would be crazy, surprising wins. It's going to be set up for an exciting finish. No Hamlin, no Busch, no Bell up there. Really, anything could happen. No Reddick up there. It's really exciting. It could be any of these drivers. All drivers who deserve to win. Probably not even like top 5 drivers up in the top 6 spots, but we are off. Will Larson and Byron be able to catch up? Will Elliott be able to catch up? And we're off. 19 laps to go here at Vegas. So we are off now. And pulling ahead is Suarez and Barry neck and neck. Barry pulling ahead. Here goes Barry. Right behind Barry is Priest. Now Chastain gives Suarez the push to go back in front. Teammate helping him out there. Byron and Priest neck and neck. Byron catching up now. He's going to squeeze by Ryan Priest. Larson also there as well. Battle for the lead, however, between Suarez and Barry. Will Barry make the move? It's 3 wide right now at Larson, Bowman, and Allmendinger. So Larson and Byron, 2 fast cars today, being able to catch up. As here goes Larson on the bottom of Allmendinger, not able to get by, however, as Allmendinger pulls ahead even more. Barry, Suarez still in front of Barry, but it's still neck and neck. So you 0.1 of a second ahead. With 17 laps to go here at Vegas. Coming around. Here goes Logano. Suarez pulling ahead in first. Barry still on his tail. Barry, it's neck and neck. Barry, Suarez, neck and neck. Battle for the lead. It's both of them neck and neck. Here comes Chastain. Chastain's going to try to make it 3 wide now here at Vegas. And Byron has caught up to them as well. An exciting battle as both Byron and Chastain have caught up to the Barry and Suarez battle. I'm feeling we're going to have a Byron, Larson, and Chastain battle to the finish. That is just what I'm feeling right now. But both of them are catching up. Barry's still able to pull ahead, though. So is Suarez. We're still keeping their distance. So Berry is pulling on ahead. Josh Berry. Weird seeing this 21 up front competing for a regular race win. And already, the first Ford win of the year. If Berry able to get it done, it would be great and impressive for this 21 of Wood Brothers Racing. Be happy to see it, and this will just show how far Josh Berry has come in the Cup Series so far with this win. But 14 laps to go. Suarez there as well. Neck and neck, both of these two cars basically going the same speed. Berry able to pull ahead, but Suarez keeping up. Berry pulling ahead, 13 laps to go. Got a replay. Let's take a look at this. So Byron looks like gives a little push to Chastain. Since then, Priest has gotten in the middle of them. As Priest goes up to third. Ryan Priest now in the question. He's put himself in the top spot multiple times this year with 12 laps to go now for this race, with Josh Berry still your leader. Is Berry going to be able to hold on? It's looking more and more so. Actually, maybe Josh Berry, as Kyle Larson falls back to 9th place. It's not looking the best for him at this moment, but both those fast pit moves by Suarez and Chastain has obviously showed up as pulled off for Trackhouse. As Josh Berry continues to pull ahead. Josh Berry continues to pull ahead. See what happens here. Josh Berry pulling a bit more and more ahead of Suarez now. Suarez falling back now, almost a second ahead. Josh Berry, 10 laps away from getting his first career win. And how great would this be for Josh Berry? Josh Berry, a driver, came up to the Cup Series last year, went to Stewart House Racing. Phenomenal rookie year in the number 4, but with Stewart House Racing shutting down, he needed somewhere to go. Wood Brothers took up the offer, placing a Harrison Burton team that has not won in a few years besides Daytona of last year, and a team that has struggled as of late. Josh Berry right now, with Josh Berry, they are currently your leader. So Josh Berry, so top 5 in career wins. Josh Berry is 0. So does Ryan Priest. Chastain is 5. Guy had 3 in 2022, not 2. Suarez has 2, and William Byron with 14. So 2 0-time winner. So we may have a first time ever driver win in this one with either Berry or Priest. It's going to be interesting with 7 laps to go now. Josh Berry pulling away. How about this? I am rooting for Berry at this moment. I'd love to see Josh Berry win it. One of my favorite drivers in the Cup Series currently as well. So yeah, I think he has a great name and just a driver I've always kept an eye out on since the way back in the beginning of the Xfinity Series. 6 laps to go now with Josh Berry still in the lead. But we got Chastain now. Looks like he is catching up to Priest. Suarez still in second, but Berry's still pulling away. It's looking good, more better and better for Josh Berry with 6 laps to go. 6 laps to go for Josh Berry, your leader. If Josh Berry able to hold on, this is going to be the first Ford win of the year. First one since Joey Logano at Phoenix last year, where he won the championship. Now 5 laps to go. Josh Berry, a driver years ago, he didn't really do the best in the Xfinity Series. Not able to get the wins in the Xfinity Series, but able to compete, make the runs to the Final Four, get where he needed to get into the Final Four, get the points. But in the Cup Series, I feel like he's been more impressive than he has in the Xfinity Series. Having a rough final year in the Xfinity Series. Just think he's been more impressive in the Cup Series, and we're seeing that more so today. If he's able to hold on to this win, this would be a very impressive win for Wood Brothers Racing and Josh Berry. And I think if he wins this one, he may be there long term. Great fit for them. Alliance with Team Penske. Could see them getting multiple wins this year. If they're able to already win this race, I think they get multiple wins this year. That's just a prediction I have. But 3 laps to go. Josh Berry, your leader at Las Vegas. How about this? Josh Berry, moments away. This would be wild if he's able to pull this off. Daniel Suarez in second, Ryan Priest in third, Chastain in fourth, Byron in fifth. We got Larson in ninth, Denny Hamlin 24th. But 3 laps to go. Coming around, 2 laps to go now. 3 more turns to go for Josh Berry to make it an official race without a caution to end it. To make that the final lap. Needs to get to the final lap to basically seal this one. It's looking very good for Josh Berry. A step if he pulls a Kyle Larson at 2021 Pocono. Caution light thing is on. Let's hope he can. I'm hoping they can get to 1 more lap. Crosses the line. 1 lap to go. It's looking pretty good for Josh Berry. Final lap presented by Credit One Bank. As in NASCAR it always is. Down here, final lap is presented by the Somers Sports Broadcast. Coming around through turn 2, going to turn 3 now. Josh Berry in his first year with Wood Brothers Racing. What a career adventure he has had. And now he has won his first race in the Cup Series. Josh Berry is your winner at Las Vegas. What a win. Wood Brothers gets it done. How about Josh Berry, your winner at Las Vegas? Daniel Suarez comes in second. Ryan Priest in third. William Byron in fourth. Chastain in fifth. Cindric in sixth. Bowman in seventh. Allmendinger in eighth. Larson in ninth. And Elliott rounding out your top 10. Christopher Bell finishes in 12th. Logano in 15th. McDowell in 16th. Just a few highlights. Nemechek comes in 20th. And that is your unofficial results. Josh Berry, third driver to win this season. Christopher Bell's streak does end here. And Josh Berry is going to take this one at Las Vegas. How about Josh Berry? Josh Berry takes this one. A big win for Josh Berry here. And the number 21 of Josh Berry. I just love to see it. Always been a fan of the guy, and glad he's able to get it done. Those are your final results with 0 laps to go. The unofficial results, Josh Berry takes this one, but I'm Benny Silk. I want to thank everyone for listening in today. I'm Benny Silk. Have a great night. See you next time.